What up, what up, what up, what up? It's me, L Teddy 27.
Good as night, right about the hood.
Oh, dear God, I'm already eating and drinking. Look like a damn mess. Just a damn mess. No means no, and yes means no. What up, 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 what up? What's good, people? What's up, what's up, what's up? What is up? It is me, L Teddy 27, and I am back. Oh, yes, for another review. This will be our review for P-Valley. It is season 2. It is episode 6. It is entitled Savage. Savage. All right. Listen. If they end the season after this episode, if this would, even if let's say, and it's not, but let's just say by some sheer chance, this was the season finale. Listen. Katori Hall and Patrick Ian Polk and all of the people down to the writer's room and to production, y'all don't owe me nothing. They don't owe me nothing. They have given me 6 episodes of great television, great acting, great storytelling, great writing. I haven't been this riveted with every episode of a show since Lovecraft Country. Can I get somebody in their infinite wisdom to get a collab with Katori Hall and Misha Green, just collaborating and pairing up for some epic new show that we don't know about yet? Y'all can sprinkle in some Patrick Ian Polk and some other people too. But I just give me just one great collab with Misha Green, Katori Hall, and let those great, minds just go at it. Listen, they don't owe me nothing. Child, we started off in ecstasy. Listen, they could have stopped after the first minute and a half. How did we start? We start off the episode with a naked Diamond and a naked Big Bone. You got the best of both worlds. Big Bones and her fine ass, titties, nipples everywhere. And I don't even like titties and nipples, but I was so infatuated with her titties, her nipples, her ass, and all of that stuff. And then you had sexy ass Diamond blowing her back out. That's the scene. Period. Hard stop. We can go on home. We don't need to talk about it no more. We can cancel Christmas. That's all I need right there. After that, I was spent. I needed a cigarette, and I don't even smoke cigarettes. But I need a drink. Just talking about that scene did it for me. Mind you, I rewound it like 42 times. Judge your mama, don't judge me. Anyway, but they could have stopped it right there. Period. Hard stop. We don't need to go no further. That was the making of a great episode right there. Anyway, but if we must go on, baby, listen. When Big Bone told him and said, "Why you keep coming in that condom? I want you to come out my, I want that come in my mouth and out in that condom." I was like, "Bitch, get out my head! Get out my head! Oh, get out my head!" Cause that's clearly what I be saying all the time. Like, bitch. I mean, clearly, I got a whole mouth here where you could have used as a condom reservoir if you need it. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, moving on, because I don't want to look like the whore that I really am. The whole time he fucking her, he daydreaming about Mississippi, and she notices and like, why you always have your eyes closed and stuff like that? Next time, I need you to have your eyes open. His eyes closed because he think about Mississippi. That's a whole nother story, honey. But anyway, she sees that ring of Montavious sitting on his dress or whatnot, and he sees her and tell her, "Listen, nah, don't take that. Don't, that's for protection. You don't need to take that. That's protecting me." I wouldn't be surprised if that ring turned up missing and she got it. I'm telling y'all, that's probably what's gonna happen. So anyway, they get to the conversation where she basically lets him know that she knows all because he tells her that he's going um, to go do security down to this space tournament. And she was like, "Well, why you don't do security at the pink no more?" And she was like, "Oh, you must have tried to save a hoe who want to be saved." And he was like, "How you know?" And she was like, "You just look like nah, bitch. You know, because they told you, bitch." Anyway, we then go to some HVH gang event. That's the little gang, little murder and Big T and all of them in that be wearing the red and green all the time. So Lil Murder done bought his boo thing a car. I mean, it was so gay. You got all these thugged out gangsters and everything, and some nigga come. I mean, it's one thing for you to just, bring him, hey, bro, this for you, this your gift for getting out of jail or whatnot, throw you the keys. This shit got a big ass ribbon on the top, like the shit you see during Christmas time with the little Mercedes Benz commercials and shit when they gifting their wife or husband with a car. That's the kind of shit you had going on. Child, a mess. Just a goddamn mess. T gets all emotional and is in the car crying and, verklempt. And murder did what he did. He took every people tried to come around T. They were like, nah. He was like, nah. Give Teak a moment. He gonna start doing some donuts with it. But Teak was all in his fifis, all in his emotions, baby. He was over there boohoo crying, honey, snot bubbles and all. Anyway, down to the pink. Big Eldon turned off the water and made Haley get out the goddamn shower, and she come out yelling and kicking and screaming. Anyway, she going to some event, but little Big L and Uncle Clifford is there, and they're trying to figure out what what Haley's end game is, like how they're gonna get over all of this and keep her from selling the paint. Now that they know that she really has real intentions on selling it. But the thing about it is, I don't know why Uncle Clifford is acting so surprised, because she told Uncle Clifford when they had that whole conversation where it went from being 85-15 to 69-31. She basically told him in so many words right then, hey, bitch, I'm gonna sell this shit for 10 million. If they offer it to me, at least you'll get 3.1 million. She basically told you. I don't even know why you acting all surprised. Anyway, um, Uncle Clifford and Big L also found out that Roulette and Whisper is having a spades tournament that they're gonna be stripping at or whatnot. They hosting like spades tournament. Talk about we bringing the paint to you. Which and Uncle Clifford was like, I should sue them for copyright infringement. It would be copyright infringement. It would be. It absolutely would be. But they don't have no institutional control down there to the paint, so I don't expect them to do anything to stop what's going on. Moving on. Um, we at the barber shop and they start Big Teak is in the chair. And this barber starts burning his head. Now I don't know if that's really a thing. It might actually be a thing. But where I'm from, the barber shops I've been to, and I've been to a lot of barber shops in my life, I ain't never seen nobody burning nobody's hair. I'm sorry. Now I see the ladies when they, doing the little braids and have the weave in their hair and they doing the braids. The girl who's doing the braids, she'll take a lighter and burn the braids to kind of I guess get the little fringes, or I don't know. But I ain't never seen dudes with a whole afro or fade or high top fade getting their hair burned. I'm sorry, I ain't never seen it nowhere in America. Y'all tell me if y'all saw it, ever seen it in the comment section. But I ain't never seen that before. Y'all tell me. Maybe it's a thing, but it ain't a thing where I come from. I'm just saying. I wish a barber would tell me, oh, I'm gonna just burn these edges off. Mm-mm. We ain't doing that. Not in his lifetime. Anyway, they find out that Rome is dead from the blogs, but they don't know how Rome died. Um, Murder gets a call from Mississippi, and he goes outside. Now Mississippi say, "Listen, Rome tried it. What did he try? It. What do you mean it? Yeah." He was like, Murder's like, "Oh, I'm glad that nigga did then." And so meaning he knows that Rome tried to fuck her, and she said, "Listen, I told Wody that Rome knew all about everything that you got going on. Basically, knew your deal, honey. Baby, he know your tea. Rome knew your tea. He knew your deal, and I had to tell Wody, and so Wody knew that Rome knew all about what you got going on and everything. And so she was about to tell him how Rome found out, and Massa comes in and breaks up the party. Break it up, break it up, break it up. Here comes Massa busting in. She hang up on a little Murder. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm going over a friend house. You want to go?" Nah, bitch, I don't want to go. You see this fucking bruise on my goddamn eye that you put on me, bitch? Hell no, I want to go no fucking shit and have to explain this shit. No, bitch, you go. I'll be here with the kids. Back at the barbershop, when T come out and Murder get off the phone, T is like, "Listen, where you need me to drop you off at?" Nah, bro, I don't need you to drop me nowhere. I'm going with you. You sure? Because I can drop you off. Nah, bro. Unless you got something else to do. Now, I thought this was going to lead to an epic second sex scene between the two of them. Not so lucky. Not so lucky this episode. And so, anyway, I made note, and I wrote it down even before I got to the end. I wrote down that Teak said that's why you got to enjoy every day like it's your last. And all through the episode, there was these lines and things that they would say that were so ominous. And I was like, and the music didn't help either. Child. Anyway, Mercedes goes over to Shell House, who's still drunk as a skunk. She bring by groceries. Um, Terica ain't there. She with her boyfriend or whatever. Like mother, like daughter. She with her boyfriend. And so she opened up this refrigerator to put the groceries in, and these two molded ass oranges that had to be in this refrigerator for months. And so, did anybody else notice Mercedes picks up these two green and white oranges now because they don't got molded out? Picks them up with her bare hands, throws them in the trash, and never wipes her hands. And it's just touching everything else, and it's just like this, and touching her body and stuff. Bitch, what kind of unsanitary shit y'all got going on? Ew. Girl, I don't understand it. Anybody else notice that, or am I the only weird person that notices these little little things? You're supposed to wash it, baby. You're not even supposed to handle those kind of things with your bare hands, baby. You're supposed to get a napkin, a paper towel, or something, and throw it in the trash, and throw the napkin and paper towel with it, and then still wash your hands after you do that. Girl, you don't be doing all that. Child mess, just a goddamn mess. Anyway, Mercedes tells Shell that they talk, and she was like, "You called Jericho a mistake. You called her a mistake when you was drunk. I don't remember that. I would never call her that. Yes, you would. You think I could take her? I mean, Mercedes, you got to be a little more slick than that. That was not the right place and time for you to be like, oh, you think I could take her off your hands for like a month or so? Because no, bitch. You just told me I just trying to call her a mistake. You think you slick? Hell no, bitch. Shell saw right through that shit. Hell no, bitch. She ain't going nowhere. She staying here. Get over it, bitch. For you to be so allegedly smart, Mercedes, you be making some of the dumbest moves on earth. Since this episode, I'm not episode, since this show started, Mercedes has the most questionable decision making of everybody in the show. Like everything Mercedes does, you be like, girl, what was she thinking about? Anyway, um, Shell ain't got no job. I forgot that part. I don't think we knew that, but she ain't got no job nowhere in America. When Mercedes is leaving, Coach calls her and says, "Listen, we need to finish this Mercedes experience, but it's gonna be another threesome because wifey poo wants to be involved again." She was like, "Nah, I just wanted to be me and you." Nah, well, if wifey is happy, I'll be happy too. So yeah, let's do a threesome. Once again, bad decision making, just bad decision after bad decision. So Mercedes ain't down for it, but Coach insists, and so she goes. Then we get to what arguably to me has been probably of both seasons. This next scene is my favorite scene of both seasons. My favorite scene of all in the show's history to this point. That scene when it was at that rib joint, not rib joint, that chicken, that wing spot with Murder and Big Teak. First of all, kids nowadays don't know what that's like. The gays, the Rainbow Coalition don't know what that was. I remember vividly back in the day where wasn't so much tolerance. I'm a man of a certain age. There wasn't as much tolerance in the world. And so when you and your boyfriend, when both of you are male presenting and masculine or whatever, as masculine as I can be. I was a little more masculine back in my younger days, but whatever. Um, and you would go and seek out a restaurant where you knew it was gonna be empty like that. Like there was gonna be nobody there, so you could literally have a moment, a real date with somebody who you really was in love with. Not a bust down, not somebody that was just gonna be, oh, I'm just trying to see what it is. This is somebody you genuinely had real genuine love for. You love them. You have feelings for them. You are intimate with them and you want to just go there and just be able to be like a regular couple and just be goofy and laugh and emote and all of the different things that couples do. But you couldn't do that if it's a whole restaurant full of people because now you got looks, now you got people doing things, now you self conscious about what people are doing and saying. And so I remember that process, and they didn't show that process, but I remember having to try to look for and seek out a restaurant where you knew it was gonna be nobody there and you all could just have the place to yourselves to really just be yourself. And I loved that was the setup. And then after that, just the whole conversation, the way they interacted with each other, the way they played off of each other, the acting in this, some even just the eye contact, the language that was being, given through the eyes, just the eyes alone. It was so. This was a wonderful scene. This is the scene. This scene right here is an award worthy scene. If I'm somebody on somebody's award committee, I look at this scene and say, yeah, I yeah, J. Alphonse, he deserves an award for his acting in this scene right here. He acted his ass off in this goddamn scene. Do you hear me? Listen. So they reminisce. They talk about. He says because he was like, "Oh, I'm glad you got your appetite back." He was like, "This bill gonna be hard." Like the bill. How you like? Nah, don't worry about it. I got this bill. You ain't got to worry about that. And so Lil Murder was like, "So is this a date?" And so, my goddamn phone again. And so, Big Teak is like, "Yeah." Well, he doesn't say yeah, but then he immediately reminisces to when they were in prison. And they really had their first date in the doggone supply closet at the goddamn prison with linguine out of a goddamn can and a candle and shit in the goddamn prison supply closet. It was so raggedy and so ghetto, but so sweet. And so, this whole scene, I mean, I can't even really describe it. Like, I rewound this scene so many times because I wanted to see it over and over and over and over just to see black love, black gay love, black gay male presenting love, and just love, period. Like, you saw the love, the bond, and all of that. Big T then started to get emotional after they talked about this date, and then after he got emotional, he was like, "Yeah, because things changed, the whole world had changed." And then he asks him about Uncle Clifford and what Lil Murder unsheathed to Big T about how he felt about Uncle Clifford. It was beautiful. He had all of these metaphors for what Uncle Clifford meant to him. One of the ones that stuck out to me was when he said, like a funnel cake at the annual fair. Like something you just look forward to. You don't get all of the time. You don't get that every day. You get it once a year and you cherish that funnel cake. He talked about, different metaphors, and you could see in Big Teek's eyes and stuff, something at that point changed for Big Teek. He knew in just the way, even when not Uncle, when Murder was saying, but I fucked it up. You knew Big Teek realized, oh, this nigga love Uncle Cliff. Oh, he's really in love. And Teek realized, I can't get him. There's nothing I can do to try to make us a thing or try to be with him. There's nothing I can do. And I think at that point, he kind of let go and released and said, I can't, it's inevitable. And so he kind of, at that point, I think he was resolute in what he was going to do. It was that moment where, because you saw when Lil Murder said, I fucked up, and he grabs and kind of caresses Big Teek's hand, and Big Teek pulls away, and then he kind of caresses Lil Murder's face because he was like, I guess at that point, he, like I said, he was resolute and yep, it is what it is. I forgive you. He said, "You're forgiven." And I think what he was saying, "You're forgiven," they were talking about the story about, oh, I fucked it up and da 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 da. Yeah, he was saying, "You're forgiven for that." But I think he was even saying, "You're forgiven for just breaking his heart and, you know, everything." And at that point, it was a done deal. I knew at that point, I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I knew based on what was that Teak was going to exit stage left. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I knew it was going to happen. But this was an amazingly beautiful scene. Beautiful. Loved it. Loved it. So bittersweet, but so beautiful nonetheless. Great scene. Great scene. We then see Mississippi back at home. Baby, she trying to escape. She gets the kids in the Prius. Tries to, cause he go, Massa goes on to the friend house that he said he was going to help him put in a fire grill or whatever. Mississippi gets in this Prius, the same Prius that we saw last episode from when Massa was in high school, and tries to crank, puts the kids in the car, tries to crank it, the bitch won't crank. She go to the back. He done took the whole. She was smart enough to leave the goddamn phone inside the house because she knew that he tracks her by the phone. So she tries to escape, and he done took the battery out of the car, so she can't go nowhere. And so she just gives up. Like, if you that hell bent on leaving and you knew he's going off to whatever, baby, I can't get in this car. Baby, I'm a foot it. Or better yet, get back in the house, get on that phone, call murder, or somebody say, hey, bitch, I need one of y'all to order me an Uber. I need an Uber now. Send it to my house and have it drive me somewhere. I don't need nothing on this phone. I need you to send the Uber to my house to come and pick me up and take me far away from here. I need it now. It is an emergency. You need to send it right now. That's all you had to do. That's it. Or better yet, call them. Hey, bitch, I'm in an emergency. I need you to come right now and pick me and my kids up right now. You couldn't call murder and do that. You could have called Wody. Hey, Wody, I got an emergency. I need somebody right now. They would have came. You ain't think to do that. So you just gave up after the first try. Make this shit, mate. You ain't really want to leave. You ain't really want to leave at all. I'm just saying. Anyway, Lil Murder and Big T go to a gas station. They at the pump. Big T done been in jail so long he don't even know about being able to pay for your gas at the pump. And so Lil Murder showing them how to do that. While they doing that, these chicks in the car playing some song on the radio, and it's the song that they had on that Lil Murder wrote the verse. Remember he was in the bathroom writing the verse for the song before he went and bust down Big T, episode 4. So it's on. He starts screaming. They start celebrating. Oh, that's me on the radio. Da 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 da. Yeah yeah yeah. Bloody 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 yada yada yada. Bim bam boom. I'm on the radio. I'm famous. Da da da. Down to the stripper spades tournament. Roulette and Whisper doing their goddamn things on the goddamn pole. And then dude who had Roulette giving him sloppy toppy in the goddamn in that room over in the pink comes and said, "What's up with your girl over there?" I mean, a Whisper. Can you go talk to her? So he's trying to get Roulette to hook him up with Whisper. Of course, this makes Roulette jealous because she feels like she's not. She has, um, she's very self conscious about her looks. Like she's really self conscious about her looks. Like she doesn't believe she's beautiful, and she's always kind of she gets kind of jealous and she gets in her feelings when dudes pay attention to another lighter girl or a girl that has features that looks a lot more Western European white than her. Not knowing and negating the fact that she's a phenomenally beautiful woman. But that's a whole nother story. That's across the bill, not mine. Down to the coach's condo. Wifey is over there. So Mercedes comes. Wifey is real touchy feely with Mercedes. And so Mercedes tells her that she needs to stop because, hey, you don't need to be doing all that. The coach gonna get mad. He don't need to know about what we got going on. So she was like, Grace, you trying to stop my bag and mess up my bag? No. Why would I ever do that? Did not I just talk to y'all about bad decision making by Mercedes? Girl. Moving on. At a campaign event for Andre, Haley sneaks in and and crashes the party. Moving on. At the Spades tournament, back down to the Spades tournament, Duffy comes through. And then we see Roulette. Like I said, she sees the dude who she gave the sloppy toppy to at the paint over there. So now he getting lap dances from Whisper and she riding his dick and all kinds of shit. And she real jealous. And she looks at herself in the mirror and she doesn't like what she sees. So she, like I said, she's really self conscious about her looks. Um, Back down to the coach's condo. They got the threesome in full effect. It's going. Coach fucking Mercedes. Wifey then starts to rub one out on Mercedes's clitoris. And it becomes real lesbianic to the point where when Coach pulls out, Wifey is still going on Mercedes. Mercedes has this intense orgasm. Coach gets upset. Why? Because straight men, they love a good lesbian scene. That's the only part of this Rainbow Coalition they like is the lesbian part. But that's only when the lesbian part includes them. At the moment where they feel like this lesbianism does not include them, they don't want no parts of it. And sure enough, Coach don't want no parts of it. Oh, y'all been fucking without me? He goes ballistic. Him and the wife have a whole argument. Oh, we've been married 19 years. You didn't even know I like coochie more than you. I've been getting coochie on the side all the time. Nigga, you just ain't know. He mad because all the reasons that we talked about. He kicks Mercedes out and tell her, bitch, I ain't giving you shit. You owe me $40,000. I ain't giving you a goddamn thing. She's going. And so is her sponsorship. Bad decision making. Bad decision making. Anyway, back down to the space tournament. Roulette done went outside in the car, in the parking lot, and coach, not coach, damn, Duffy comes out and giving her some weak ass, lines and trying to, hit on her with these weak ass, hit up lines or whatever. And she falls for it. Just I'm looking like, girl, that's all it took. These weak pickup lines, that's all it took. Girl, get your life in order, roulette. Girl, you is my girl, roulette. I figure you to be better than that. But she falls for it, honey. Girl. I do want, I hate to take it to this road, but I'm just going to put it down there anyway. I wonder if she would have fell so quickly for him like that if he wasn't white. I'll let y'all answer that in the comment section. Um, Back down to the plantation. Mississippi at Massa's house. He comes home. She got the pink pistol out, like she gonna shoot him when he come in the door. And as soon as he puts the key in the door to unlock it, she has the pistol behind her. Cause she ain't, I told y'all she don't really want to leave. She ain't ready to go. And she talks to him like nothing ain't wrong. Child, just a mess. She's stuck. She's stuck. She is stuck. Anyway, Big Teak and Murder go to a trap house. And Teak go in first and Murder's on the phone with Wody. So Wody tells Murder, listen, Rome done OD'd. We need to go on tour. Big T can't come with us. What you mean Big T can't come? That man just got out of jail. I can't fire him. He got to go, dog. Sorry. If you can't handle it, I'll handle it because I'm good at handling stuff. Click. Lil Murder's phone goes dead. But before his phone went dead, Lil Murder did say, how the hell you know Rome OD'd? And it ain't nowhere in the blogs and nobody seems to know. Big T goes in the house though. And Big Teak is hearing, it's a whole crack house. It's a whole crack house. You got bass heads and basses strung out everywhere, and little kids running around. It's just a whole ass crack house. And so he's walking slowly in the house, and he's hearing these screams and this mom yelling and screams and all kind. And this is all going on in his head. Lil Murder is outside and he goes in the glove compartment looking for a charger for the phone that just died. And he sees the Glock in the glove compartment. And so he takes the Glock out. Remember, I told y'all I figured that I was adding too much of it. I be in my head a lot when I be watching stuff. I be trying to put too many things together. Remember, we had earlier in the episode that Mercedes had told not Mercedes, Mississippi had told Murder that Wody knew all about him and Big T. He had just got off the phone with Big T, not Big T, with Wody telling him Big T can't go on this tour with us. You need to drop all this stuff because it's gonna drown you. And Murder knew what he was talking about. Murder understood that he was saying, nigga, you can't have all this gay shit on fucking tour with us. It's bad for the image. That shit's gonna drown your career. He knew exactly what Wody was saying. And so when he took the gun out of the glove compartment, I was like, I know this motherfucker not finna go in here and kill Teak. That's immediately what went in my head. Like, this motherfucker's not finna go in here and off Teak like that. I don't know why I thought that. That's what came to my head. Y'all let me know if that came to y'all head in the comment section, but that's what came to my head. I wrote it down. So Teak goes in there, he opens this closet door, and he sees this vision of himself as a small child with blood on him, and he is just in a trance. And so Murder um comes in and breaks him out of this trance and say, "Hey, it's you. How you come in the trap house without your Glock? Here." I was like, "Oh God, thank you." I was like, "Thank God he ain't shoot this man." And so he takes him outside, and so Big T was like, "Man, this was my house. This is where I live." He's like, "This ain't your house no more." He was like, "Man, you gotta snap out of it. Leave that stuff in the rearview mirror. We moving forward. We ain't coming back down here no more. We ain't gonna be here no more. We saying bye bye to all of this." And little lines and stuff like that to me just kept ringing a bell in my head. Something is gonna happen. It was so much foreshadowing in the episode. It was like, oh my God. So back down to the campaign event. Some big boss lady named Georgina came, and she Haley finessed her way inside the cigar room where they was having this private meeting. Corbin was there, Andre was there, some other big guy from the casino company was there, but this lady was the big boss over everybody. And so the bottom line is Haley was able to finesse and finesse everything and told her, "Listen, I'm the one who won the pay. I'm the one who won the auction, and I want $10 million for it." The lady pretty much said, "Well, you want 10 million? You can get 10 million." And Corbin was like, "What about Andre's endorsement?" She was like, "You can have that too. I don't give a shit who the mayor is. As long as I get my casino, I'm good." And so Andre gets his endorsement. Looks like Haley is gonna get her 10 million, and they're gonna get the casino, and everybody's happy. Down to Uncle Clifford's house, Grandma got the cocoa. That's all you need to know. Toy ain't have nobody's allergies. Anyway, Andre goes home. Who's in his house when he gets there? Haley sitting in the dark like a ghost. Child. She starts seducing him and they fuck. We got the meat. Now I rewound this scene 63 times only for this is not for me, it's for you all because I had to make sure what I was seeing because I was like, was that his belt that was sticking up in the air like that? So I had to rewind 63 times to make sure that that was a peen and not a belt. But then I rewound and I saw, oh, she had already pulled his pants all the way down, so it couldn't have been his belt. And she didn't even unbuckle the belt. She only unbuttoned the pants. There was no belt to unloosen, so it couldn't have been a belt. So that thing sticking straight up in the air was meat, a peen, a prosthetic. Nonetheless, granted, a prosthetic, but still got the meats. I was here for it. So they fuck. Little Murder and Big T got the lake. It's so hard to talk about this scene and describe this scene. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a whole lot. So Big T and Murder, they start off singing "So Fresh and So Clean" by Outkast, and then Lil Murder is doing this slower beat, and T just starts to like sing this song. And he was like, "What song is that?" He was like, "Yeah, that's Lil Murder, circa 2017." He was like, "Nah." He was like, "Yeah, that's based off the stuff you used to send me on the toilet paper. Those are the lyrics you sent me on the toilet paper." And it was so cute. It made me smile and laugh. And he tells him because Lil Murder's like, "Well, listen, ever since you've been in that hole, you ain't been the same." He's like, "Bruh, that wasn't the first time I was in a hole. I had been in a hole before. That's not what how I got the way I'm at." And so he tells him the story about when he was a little boy, and I think he said it was 7, and his mom killed his 2 sisters and his brother in front of him, and he had to run and go hide in the closet with their blood all on them. That's the vision that he was seeing, and he was like, "That's the shit right there that I've been holding in for how many years? That's changed me. I'm never gonna get over that." And he said, "That's why I got these 3 teardrops. I ain't just killed 3 people. I killed a whole bunch more people, but those were my 3 siblings that died." And at that point, I was already they had already took me out, baby. I was already wiping tears and everything. And then they get in the car, and Teak said, "Well, where you want me to drop you? You ain't dropping me nowhere. I'm staying here with you. Where you want me to drop? I'm staying here with you till the sun come up, cause you gonna let them thoughts get in your head." Big T put that gun in his head and said, "Get out the motherfucking car." And Murder just started crying. I was like, "Nah, man, you going? You not? This not gonna happen." Da, da, da. He tried to talk him off the ledge, and then I noticed that they conveniently went to the outside of the car so we couldn't see in the car, and you see the flash, the gun, and hear the gunshot. and Little Murder comes out. And while I was sad, but my tears dried up real fast. Because when Little Murder got out that car, look at where the blood stains were. If Big Teak had shot himself in the head from that angle, first of all, I'm figuring there would have been a lot more blood on the window away from Little Murder. He might have had some splatters on him, but it would have been splatters on his chest or whatnot. Now, now that I think about it, because when I watched it, I thought to myself, why is there blood stains on his lap? Did he shoot Teak? Because I literally wrote down, did Murder shoot Teak? Because I was thinking, did he put Teak's head in his lap and then shoot Teak, like right there? But I feel like even if that was the case, well, maybe y'all see I'm figuring this out on the fly. Maybe Teak shot himself in the head, and when he shot himself, maybe the body fell that way onto Little Murder's lap. But the blood was clearly on Little Murder's like stomach and lap, and I feel like had he shot himself in the head, there would have been more blood on his face splattered and on his chest, but it wasn't none there. I don't know. Y'all tell me what I think, but my immediately thought was, did Murder just shoot Teak and take him out of his misery? I ain't know. But it was very sad. I was sad to see Teak go. Pour one out for my boy Teak. That's for you, Teak. Anyway, down to Mercedes' house. She's over there drinking Hennessy and commiserating about the loss of all these thousands of dollars because she was being stupid. It's all her fault. Once again, she done lost thousands of dollars because she's being stupid. Terica come banging on the door, crying and stuff. Mercedes trying to figure out what the issue is. Baby, she had to a positive pregnancy test. Down to Uncle Clifford's house. Bam, bam, bam on the door. Why is Grandma answering the door? Does she not have COVID? Is she the one y'all want answering the door? Is nobody worried about the cocoa? Why is she the one answering the door? I'm just asking. Ain't nobody worried about her giving everybody the cocoa, right? But I'm the only one paying attention to this stuff. Anyway, it's Little Murder. He at the door. He tell her, I need to see Cliff. And he all crying and emotional and well, and he crying, and Cliff comes and he just collapses in Cliff's arms, a ball of emotions. And I've been there. I haven't been in Murder Spot. I've been in Uncle Clifford's spot because someone very close to me, a relative, their boyfriend passed. And the day their boyfriend passed, I remember I was home. I opened the door and he was bawling and he just fell into my arms and just was boohoo crying. And I didn't even know what happened. And he ended up eventually telling me, but he was boohoo crying. I remember having to be that friend. I had to be that relative, that person that had to console him and comfort him at that time. So I know what that's like. It's draining, very draining. But it goes on from there. It was a lot. Listen, Katori, I told y'all don't owe me nothing. They don't. There's some phenomenal acting. I think the best acting right now is J. Alphonse is playing the hell out of his character. I think what's his name? J. Alphonse. What is his last name? I think his last name is Nicholson. I think it is. Anyway, that young man, if he doesn't get a nod at some type of Emmy or something, somebody ain't doing something right. Because that young man is acting his ass off. I ain't gonna even lie. He is playing that part. Katori, another phenomenal job. Girl, you don't owe me nothing. You and everybody over there down to the writers' room and production, y'all don't owe me nothing. Y'all, that was P Valley. I don't even want to speculate no more about what's gonna happen next. At this point, I trust Katori and the people down there enough to say, y'all, just take us on this ride, and we just gonna enjoy the ride from here on out. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.